those promos will forever go down as some of the greatest promos WWE ever put together. And it's just a shame that they don't have nothing to show for at the end of the day.
That's how much money they got. We need to do that and throw it away.
Yeah, they just wasted some good promos.
They really were, because they had me hooked. I was like, son, what the heck is this about?
That's that video team, man. I need those programs.
Yeah, they...
Speaking of which, that's a good transition into The Undertaker's return. What do you guys think about that? Seeing him come back in a non-pay-per-view role.
I loved it. Anytime you see The Undertaker and Kane in the ring together, it makes you care about Kane that much more.
I mean, yeah, because it's sort of like a reminder. This is, let's not forget, this is where Kane came from. You know what I mean? And like I said, it reminds everybody of that. He's a part of this conglomerate of Paul Bearer, The Undertaker, and Kane. They'll forever be linked together. You know what I mean? And I think Kane has Undertaker the most of his career because, hey, Kane was a guy that he was in WWF for a long time, not doing anything. Excuse me. And then he finally got something that actually stick, and he's made a career off of it.
Yep.
So, I mean, like I said, and it threw me off because I remember, I like how the Jobbers came out there, and they got their shine for the 1,000th episode, led by Jinder Mahal, who I think also has a bright future.
Oh, yes.
He came out there in the mic and said, man, for 999 episodes, we even looked over. That's pretty much the guys who've been jobbing all year. And it was
transition till next week.
You know what I'm saying? It worked out.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He goes, we had enough of this. And they was about to jump Kane to that bell toll went up. And it was funny because you saw Kane moving in the ring like The Undertaker usually does before a match. And I'm like, why is he moving like that? Kane's just sort of like, I'm Dark Demon guy. I'm not going to do anything until I kill you. But then he's like, he moving around like Undertaker, this little mixed martial arts, stand. And all of a sudden it gets dark and everybody just freezes. They like, on the outside, like, all right, here's what we going to do. And then, of course, you see the Brothers of Destruction, double tombstones. Did we get double chokeslam? I don't think I saw a double chokeslam. Nah. We got double tombstone. Sure. We got a chokeslam. It was fun.
Definitely got the tombstone though.
Yeah, that was like I said. The Jobbers, those guys, they got a chance. They've been working hard on the show all year, and they're gonna let them job in style.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna go on their record one day.
Exactly.
So. Where were the primetime players at?
They won for them, man. Not today. They won for them, man.
You think about
it, a bye week,
Yeah.
We had it. Because some people even asked about what about Ryback? We got as far as the new talent.
Yeah, and Ryback.
Don't want to see Ryback. What is he gonna do?
We got Brodus Clay.
Exactly.
And then you think about it. Out of all three of them, that's who you want to put on. Let's face it, he has females. Gorgeous females, might I add. Right. So that's going to bring back the men that stop watching wrestling, that 18 to 35 demographic that stop watching, But then it also lets some of the parents know, oh, this guy likes to dance, he's fun with the kids,
Right.
This product isn't so bad after all. Because everybody was watching. They pulled in numbers, TV ratings, well above what they've done in the past few weeks. Probably the best since Brock Lesnar came back. Then the social media score, I'm pretty sure, was off the chains because that's how Dixie Carter talked about it in the latest edition of PWI magazine. That's the way they looking at how they rate things more is through social media because let's face it, not too many people watch wrestling on their televisions. If you miss it, hey, I got YouTube, I got there's so many streamers. I got the company's website where I can watch a lot of stuff. Right. So, I mean That's why, we didn't need the primetime players. I mean, their time is coming. Next week, we're going to get a lot of those fans. It's just how the WWE manages to keep those fans locked in. And with Brock Lesnar and Triple H, I think that's one of the better storylines to help. Because now, what you saw Monday night, those two, you talk about legitimacy. You got an idiot coming back talking about, oh, I'm going to bring legitimacy to the ring.
He called him an idiot.
But then you lose to John Cena, so it goes to show you.
Palm that to his face.
Right. Yeah, I would. But it goes to show you that I probably run.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. But you lose. You say you bring a legitimacy back to the sport.
Right.
Only to lose to Cena, but you just got your butt kicked at UFC. So how good are you?
Listen, he don't care, man. He getting a paycheck. He does not care.
Looking at it from a legitimate perspective,
right.
And you got Triple H. Yeah, you break his arm, he comes back, and I love how they did that. Yeah, let's break his arm, and DX Music said, "Do I got to break my arm to show you who I am?"
Right.
Then it was Brock Lesnar who broke Triple H's arm. Now all of a sudden, okay, that gives him time that keeps his limited dates. Keeps his limited dates, and that gives the time to build for SummerSlam. And that's going to be an ultimate payoff because, I mean, as much as I don't like Brock Lesnar from a personal standpoint, business-wise I do. I like what he brings to the WWE because he brings pay-per-view buys. People who watched him in UFC, everybody knows who Triple H is. It's like, okay, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H, yeah, I want to see this.
Right. I just wish we could see more Brock. I like Brock Lesnar, and I like a lot of people didn't like. And I want to get your view on this as well, Ken, because I don't think I got a chance to. But I like Brock Lesnar. Mm-hmm. You know, he looked good on Monday. You can tell he been hitting the gym because last time he came with the pasty white. But you can tell he hit the gym because it's funny because Triple H took off his shirt. And then Brock Lesnar goes, he takes off his shirt and throws it at him. And I was like, yeah, he trying to show you, I've been in the gym too. Uh-huh. I like his new persona. I've always liked it because it's not believable for him to come back and be a wrestler again. Because
and I agree.
Because everybody knows how he feels about the wrestling business. So he comes back in his UFC format, like, you know, hey, this is my moneymaker. I'm not a wrestler. I'm here to kick tail. That's all I'm here to do. And it's like, well, that's how people see him anyway. Why do y'all want to go away from that? We're trying to keep it as realistic as possible. It's already a PG product, right? Mm-hmm. So that you know, and two, it covers up his ring rust. Yeah. That's one thing Vince McMahon has been very good at. Is okay, he'll exploit the good things and he'll hide the negative things. And he's not been in the ring that much, so let's not sit there and try to put him in a match where he's going to do all these technical. That's why he's in a match with John Cena, to be honest with you. No offense, because John Cena's not used to working a style where he has to do that.
A no holds barred match at that.
Exactly, you know what I mean. So, and you know, no, it's good as working with a guy like Triple H, because Triple H is the constant professional. Mm-hmm. He's just a pro all the way around, so he's going to be able to cater to Brock and make him look good in a way where he doesn't, you know. And I hope he does it in a way where Brock hopefully wants to stick around and do more stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I want to see him work with guys. Honestly, I want to see him work with guys like Sheamus, and because I think I would care about Sheamus even more. Here you got this guy who's, you know, a brawler from, you know, Ireland, or even a bare knuckle fighter like a Wade Barrett. I want to see him work with guys like that.
Yeah, the more stiff
he'd embarrass him.
Yeah, and one thing, and he's ultimate heel. You can get anybody over fighting Brock Lesnar because everybody hates his guts, and he has a reputation, and he doesn't care, and he goes on it. I mean, like he's like, I'm a bully. I don't care. Everybody knows I don't like the business, and he just amplifies that when he's on television. You can make anybody get over that way. If you want to make Sheamus a real face of the company, put him in a feud with Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
you feel me? Let Brock Lesnar keep
going. And let Lesnar wrestle circles around him at the same time, because that's exactly what he would do. Yeah, I mean, we all know they're both strong competitors, but when it comes to that mat-based style, man, Lesnar will tear him to shreds.
He's still All-American, three or four time amateur wrestler All-American. So.
And that's just my frustration with him. Like I said, just you disrespect the wrestling business.
But you came from wrestling.
Right. And I you know me. You guys know me very well. I'm not a fan of people who forget where they come from. Mm-hmm. And that's a pet peeve of mine.
Right.
And that's the only thing, you know, as far as Brock Lesnar is concerned. It's like, all right, but you keep disrespecting the business. Don't disrespect the business that made you famous.
That's true.
And, you know, but do I want to see him in the WWE ring? Yeah, it's like, okay, I see what he brings. It made me care. It made me really put on my Rise Above Hate shirt. I can't wear the green one because it's too much like the Celtics. I'm a Laker fan. But, you know, but it's like, all right, it made me say, all right, let's go Cena. Come on, you know, I'm Team Cena. I had the wristbands on and everything. Shouts out to Charlie Speed and E-Rock from Podcast The Pain. You know, we was all watching together. And I'm sitting there, I was pacing because I thought Lesnar was really going to kill Cena that day.
He beat the crap out of him.
He did, you know.
So, Cam, what's your take on Brock Lesnar?
I love Brock Lesnar, okay. You know what I'm saying? And him bringing legitimacy back to the company, I mean, he did a great job coming back because he worked such a stiff style, you know what I'm saying, but busting up people. And
yeah,
I mean, that was crazy. Great. And he brought another dynamic, you know, another dimension to WWE. So, you know what would be great is if somehow they introduce or reintroduce Sable into him as well. And, you know, keep Paul Heyman there, too, because Brock Lesnar's not he's not a magician on the mic.
He's a perfect
Paul Heyman around, you know what I'm saying? He keeps speaking for him because he needs that.
Right.
And bring the eye candy and Sable along with you, and that'll be great.
You can see him mix with her, Stephanie, again.
I don't know, man. Sable kind of old.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
She kind of old looking, man. Now, I know you like the older ladies, man. Vicky Guerrero was your lady, but come on.
I only have eyes for Vicky.
Hey, but I'm just saying, like, we get more Sable, more Stephanie on TV.
You know? you just want to see Stephanie.
Of course.
You and my man T-Rod, he loves Stephanie.
Stephanie was jacked.
Yeah, she lost what, 80 pounds, they said?
She lost weight.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of Stephanie, what'd you think about her attack on Paul Heyman when he began to start talking about her kids and, you know, and she came out there, and first she told him, oh, Don't talk about my kids. And then he, he said something, then he walked away, and then he said something again. And I didn't see that coming.
Rule number one: you never talk about a woman's kids.
Not when they babies either. Cause she got little kids. I think the oldest daughter maybe like 3 or 4 at the most.
And I like Paul Heyman because
he's an antagonist.
He's an antagonist, but he didn't disrespect the kids.
Right.
He mentioned them, and that's all. You don't do that.
Right.
But he's like, okay, I can mention the kids, and that'll make you hate me even more, and this can play well on TV. Mm-hmm. You always saw Paul Heyman and Stephanie going at in some capacity, but to see this, it was awesome.
I found it interesting that Paul Heyman was able to accept the match for Brock Lesnar.
Where
does he get the right to say, yeah, Brock will face you? I wonder how Brock felt about that.
Oh, yeah. He's executive mouthpiece? I don't know. What would you call him?
I don't know.
Because first he says, Brock Lesnar says no. Then he says, is that what you want? Yes. Like, Brock's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
He said, no, Brock.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
right.
he had an earpiece. We couldn't see it, but he had
oh, yeah. Behind his last
all right, it's on now. Yeah. So what do you guys think about all this? Oh, we talked about Raw 1000. Now let's look ahead to SummerSlam.
Okay.
Right now I personally don't see an opponent for CM Punk. That's why I can't wait for Raw 1001. But obviously we got Lesnar and Triple H. Looks like that's going to be the main event, and I'm fine with that. That also gives Punk another reason to complain and go out there and talk about, like you said. I'm gonna say this. Well, no, you go ahead and say it because you can say it better. As far as Punk not being in the main event, and how it could have been playing all along.
Oh yeah, we've always complained about how everybody's noticed that even when Punk was WWE champion, in little things like matches, he wouldn't come out last. He would be out first, or the main or his match would be like at 10 o'clock instead of closing the show out. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Even if it was a WWE championship match versus John Cena, he would come out first. He's WWE champion, and Cena would come out, stuff like that, and he got overshadowed. And then over the weeks, you see stuff like you know what? It must really suck for you to be outshined by The Rock and John Cena at WrestleMania. Or it must really suck that even AJ's got to make you important now. And you sort of see his reaction, but you don't see him pay much mind to it.
Right.
For him to now to say, you know what? I've been thinking about this for a long time, and this pisses me off because it shouldn't be this way. Because I am the WWE champion, I am the face of this company. I brought legitimacy back to this, and I'm still being put on the back burner. I got a problem with that, and then it opens up for pipe bomb city. Not a real one, because the real one I still believe was real, but enough to be like, the old CM Punk is back. Where he's like, no, I'm not taking this. I'm still not where I want to be, even with the belt on me. I'm not where I need to be. I'm still being overshadowed. Maybe we don't even get a WWE championship at SummerSlam. Maybe he comes out, makes an appearance with the title, complains about it, has a verbal jab. Maybe it sets up another feud. Maybe The Rock show. You never know.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I think it'll be good for CM Punk because he can do what he does best. He's doing well as a face, but there's so much more he can do in depth as a heel because he can play off those emotions he's had for so long. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And I said it right here that he could be the guy who could make that turn while still the champion.
No, you definitely called it, and I was like, yeah, okay. I didn't believe it. I was like, that's not going to happen. He's too big, and you called it, and it works because he's like the Stone Cold. No matter how much you can do to try to make this guy a heel, people still love him regardless. And at the same time, that might be the thing that generates more fans. It might be backwards. You might have to turn him as a heel to get more viewers because CM Punk might drop another pipe bomb.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's one of the things that Steve Austin even said about him. He said he would like to have seen CM Punk stay heel a lot longer. As soon as he did the thing with Cena, Money in the Bank and whatnot, it was immediate. They wanted to propel this guy and push him as quickly as possible and do it as a face. He lost that edge. I think everybody would agree his edge has lost. The pipe bombs come fewer and fewer. Mm-hmm. And he needs to do something to reestablish himself and repackage himself. Or maybe not even repackage, but just, like you said, go backwards. You know what I'm saying? And reverse the hands of time and just go back to what you were doing and don't stray away from it.
Yeah.